Welcome to Trucking with Fitz. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad I'm here. And it's going to be a good day. We're going to do a little bit of talking about fuel economy in a 2021 Freightliner Cascadia today, so stick around for that. Also, we're going to drive through some snow, and so that'll be interesting too. And so stick around and find out what happens. Good morning, and look where we are. Y'all might recognize it. I don't remember if I showed it yesterday or the last video or not, but here we are at Standard Distribution in Cedar Falls, Iowa. We are going to get ourselves backed into a spot, not a dock, unfortunately. I showed up at 6:45 for my 8 o'clock appointment this time. This time I do have an 8 o'clock appointment, not a 10 o'clock appointment. But alas, they still did not let me in right away. Apparently, I gotta wait for the guy who's designated to load and unload NutriBlend Mason City. So that's sort of annoying, but it is what it is. And I'm gonna get myself backed into a spot here. I'm not sure what everybody's doing. But I'm gonna try not to hit anybody. You can see down the line here. Try not to back into anything or anyone. Still get relatively close because we want to keep the yard nice and tight, but at the same time, obviously, I don't want to hit anybody or anything or any trailer, anything like that. And today I'm going to make sure that I'm even with the other trailers, not too far back, so as to not let anybody have a reason to get mad at me, because I don't like that. We're gonna chill right here. Welcome to my spot for the next hour. As you can see, this is a relatively busy lot, and trucks are lined up. Well, in the dock over here. There's docks over here. I'm going to be headed to the right over here, around this corner, sort of where that white Freightliner is. You can see over there. This white Freightliner. There's a lot of white Freightliners around. Anyway, 7:12 now. Should get a dock around 8 o'clock. So I'll see you guys then. Yeah, welcome to dock number 10. They're currently in the trailer. Yeah, I don't really have a lot to say. I'm just excited that I'm getting loaded. It's now 8:50 in the morning. Oh, I got called for the dock at like 7:55. So I've always been in the dock for an hour. And here's my air gauge here. If I can show you without, getting a glare of myself. Whoa, that's creepy. All right. When we're probably about halfway between 50 and 60 pounds, that's probably about where we'll be loaded. Or empty. I'm assuming it's probably around the, 15 pound mark, somewhere in there. Not very much weight, 15, 20 pounds. Anyway, that was your information for the day. We're chilling here. Standard distribution. Yeah, I'll get back with you when we're on the road. Hopefully that's in the next half an hour. I really need it to be. So we'll see you then. All right, we are loaded. It's so exciting. We're out of here at 9:20. 9:20 in the morning. Got here at 6:45. That is on the faster side. Still 2.5 hours, but it's better than 5.5, right? Yep. We should be up in Mason City an hour and a half from now. So what is that? 10:50. 10:50 in the morning. We'll be back out of there. Most likely before noon, because they're quick up there. And we'll be headed back down here. Should be down here at 1:30. That gives them 2.5 hours to get me unloaded down here, which theoretically should be enough, right? You think so? 2.5 hours? I will do my best to keep you posted. We'll find out if they are as quick as I think they will be this afternoon. They didn't seem too busy this morning. So we're going to get here on 200, why do I say it that way? 218 northbound, and put her in the wind, quite literally, because it's a nasty, snowy, windy day. It's not snow, it might be flurrying, but it's just drifting over the roads. So it's sloppy right now because of the salt. And this morning when I left the house at 5:45, it was very slick. So we're gonna do our best to be safe this morning. So I'm gonna get off of here, and we're gonna enjoy our trip up to Mason City. All right, update from the road. Typically when you use a camera, any sort of camera, it does not pick up the snow coming down. You might be able to sort of tell that the visibility is terrible, but that's what we're going through right now. We are in Floyd, Iowa, right where 218 turns and heads west instead of north. So we're not too far away from Mason City. We're, I guess, 3/4 of the way up here, and it's nasty. Glad I made that light. Didn't want to have to stop. Roads are slick. Snow's coming down, and the snow is, well, it might not be as bad at drifting now, but it's been drifting over the road bad. Winds coming out of the west. Got a combination of people driving too fast and driving too slow, in my opinion. Of course, it's just opinion, because the reality is there are a bunch of different opinions on how fast you should go in snow and ice. And the most dangerous part of it is not necessarily the speed at which you're going. It's the fact that people are going different speeds, and they come up on each other and don't realize what's happening, and then they slide out of control. I'm going to pass this guy, but I'm going to go slow past him. And I'm going to get back up to the speed I was going, but we're going to do it as safely as possible. This guy here is the one that's having troubles. Mr. Tesla Man. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Teslas are all-wheel drive. They have electric motors on each wheel end, is my assumption. You'd think that'd be pretty good in the snow. But again, it's a battery, so who knows. But I'm going to get back to focusing on the road here. But it's welcome to Northern Iowa, is what it's telling me. Anyway, we'll talk to you when I get to Mason City. right, as you've seen now, we are in a dock, and we're in Mason City. At this point, we are unloaded, and they are partway done loading me again, and it's 12:07 p.m. So now that they have the product labeled, it shouldn't take too long for him to load me. He's pretty quick. I'm excited about that. But what I wanted to talk to you about today is fuel economy on a Freightliner Cascadia. I believe this is the 2021 model. Like I said, like I've told you last video, I think this is a rental truck. This is not my truck. And a few caveats before I talk about this. So I run pretty heavy. They load me. I'm sure I'm grossing every time I'm loaded. I'm grossing 70 to 80,000 pounds. So I'm decently heavy, pretty much all the time. Do have some deadhead on some of my loads. This load today does not have a lot of deadhead, but I just wanted to throw that out there. I am pulling a box, so the wind catches it, and I am. There's no. What do you call it? The cowl, the arrow on top of the cab, on this day cab. There's none of that there. So there's a few things there that I have against me. Next thing we need to talk about is what I was told we would get for fuel economy. So again, it's a rental. It's from Dave Syverson, Freightliner in Mankato, I believe, or maybe it's Rochester. I think it's actually Rochester. Anyway, he told me that I would get anywhere from 7 to 12 miles per gallon. That is what Freightliner, I believe, will be claiming. I'm not giving him a hard time. He's a good guy. He just goes off of what he's been told. What am I actually getting? That's the question. Another caveat, I'm going off the dash, so judge me for that. Maybe at some point I'll do some actual numbers, but my dash is telling me that I get 5.5 miles per gallon right now out of a 2021 Freightliner Cascadia. It has the DD13, I believe it is, and the DT 12 automated manual transmission. So it should be pretty optimized. That sort of takes some getting used to, letting somebody else shift for you. But 5.5 miles per gallon. That is not 7 to 12 miles per gallon. I have to say I'm a little disappointed, because when I did the math, and if I got 7.5 miles per gallon at the fuel prices they were at when I got this rental, the fuel savings would darn near pay for the rental. And I'm a little sad about that, because my 1993 Kenworth W900 was getting 5 miles per gallon doing the same work, and this is getting 5.5. A little disappointing, but you know, I'm glad I'm running, and I'm sure there's things that I could do to make this a little better. We are in a very windy season, so there's that. It's starting to get pretty cold, so there's that. But still, 5.5? 5.5 is a little shabby. A little shabby for what I was hoping for. So that's the real world. Maybe traveling just highway with light loads and flat and no wind, maybe you'd get that 7 to 12. Probably. But is that the real world? No, my friends. For a truck like this, it's not. It's just not. I like the truck besides that, I think. We'll do a detailed review at some point of this Freightliner Cascadia. I've owned a few trucks. I've owned 2015 Kenworth T100. I own that still. That's one of the trucks that's broke down, which we should talk about sometime too. That one's broken down. I have like I said, a 93 W900B with a mechanical N14 Cummins. My first truck, semi-truck that I bought, was a 1988 Volvo White GMC WIA with a big cam Cummins. My first truck. I don't know what I got for fuel economy. I honestly don't want to know because it was probably terrible. That's sort of the perspective that I have coming to the 2021 Cascadia. So we'll have a review of that at some point. For now, we're just going to enjoy continuing to run these loads and get some work done. Let me see how close they are to loading me. We're gonna look at the air gauge here. 50 pounds. We might be close to being loaded, actually. We shouldn't be too far off at this point. So we'll talk about it a little bit more. Maybe we'll do some real-time fuel economy on the way back down to Cedar Falls. But yeah, a little shabby. All right, we're gonna go get these doors shut because we are loaded, ready to get out of here. Pretty dang excited about that. We're gonna see if we can do this one-handed. Not the easiest thing in the world. Also, bear with me here as I try to do this. There we go. What we got here? No idea. PMI. Somebody tell me what that is. And switch hands here. I wonder why I'm talking funny. It's because I have the seal in my mouth. And now you're gonna get this. There we go. Pop that in there. We're good to go. All right. Hop back in this truck and see if we can fight some snow. They have gotten a good amount of it here, as you can see. See if the roads are any better as compared to on the way up here. Probably not. Probably not. But I'll show you here. 5.5 miles per gallon. We've got the real time going on there. And yeah. So much for saving money. Oh well. We're getting the job done though. So I'm not going to complain too much. I enjoy that I get to keep working even though both my trucks are broken down. No, we're going to get out of here, head back to Cedar Falls and see if we can get this back off us in a reasonable amount of time. If we can't, we will just go home. We are not going to stick around. We have to be at home tonight because commitments. So we'll see that. Howdy folks, wanted to come back on here and sort of tell you what's going on. Well, it's windy and it's snowing and it's nasty. And obviously that slowed me down from getting down to Cedar Falls. I still got 30 minutes to go. Put me there around 2 o'clock. And I'm going to go in there. And I don't even know if I'm actually going to knock on the door and see if I can get a door. If it looks like it's packed, then I am not going in there. I'm just going home because I cannot risk not having enough time to get where I'm going tonight. It's too nasty out, too slow. So we're gonna go in there. We're gonna see how many people are there. If there's a bunch of docks open, then I'm gonna go inside and see what kind of time frame she's gonna give me. But if like I say, if there's trucks all over the place, then I am not even gonna try. I'm gonna go get fuel, I'm gonna get some lunch, and then I'm gonna go home. And I'm gonna get ready for tonight for my activities. So it's a nasty day, but we're making the best of it. And if I'll get back on here and let you know what's going on, what I decide either way. Alrighty, this will be the end of the video. I decided to not deliver today. I got there and there was another NutriBlend truck. Don't know if he was in and out of Mason City or not, but I just did not feel like risking it. It is too nasty today, too slow. It just, no, not doing it. We'll just pick it up on Monday. We'll deliver this load. I am trying to get another round out of my broker. Really hoping that she's got one for me. That would make it a lot simpler because I would be heading up there to pick up in Cedar Falls anyway, so then I could just drop off and pick up at the same time. Simple, quick, easy. Don't have to worry about the fact that I didn't get unloaded today. It's not going to set me behind, because Monday I can have more freedom in the evening to get delivered back down to Cedar Falls, if that is what happens. But well, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope talking about the fuel economy in this truck was helpful for someone, maybe. And we will see you on the next one. Please subscribe and hit the like button.